the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is a state-of-the-art facility that has become the home of sports in our region. Also the home of Parkview Sports Medicine with our new Ortho Express Clinic, AWP Sports, plus all kinds of club activity from basketball, volleyball, futsal, pickleball, and more. The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Check it out today.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hit, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne Hockey.
McClung with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ants in action. Get mad about blue.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to ParkviewSportsMedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Lucas for shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sectional Championship Basketball here on SummitCitySports.com. We've got a real good one for you tonight here as the home team, the host school, Huntington North, will play Homestead in tonight's championship game. The winner of this game will advance to next Saturday's Logansport Regional, where they'll play the winner of Noblesville. And the winner of this, if they're lucky enough to win that first game, they will take on the winner out of the East Noble Sectional, which will either be Carroll or north side of Fort Wayne. And the winner of that one will take on Lafayette Jet. And then those two teams will meet in the championship next Saturday night down at Logansport. But right now, we've got a really good one here. These two teams were in both of them in big-time battles last night as Huntington North won the first game of the night when they hit a dagger with 1.1 seconds to go. Hank Pulver releases the ball. As it goes in the air, the horn goes off, and it goes in and gives Huntington North a win over a really good Wayne team who led basically from start to almost to the end. They were down 5 early and then came back, took a lead, never gave it up after that. And then the only time Huntington North would lead after that would be on Hank Pulver's game-winning three-pointer at the buzzer, which ended up on ESPN's top 10 this morning if you watched ESPN. So congratulations to Hank Pulver. I'm sure he got a restless night of sleep last night knowing that he hit the big shot for Homestead. They had a tough one with Southside. It was back and forth. Southside led for the majority of 3.5 quarters before Homestead started hitting from the outside, and mainly Sam Buck and Luke Goody as well as Grant Raber. When they started hitting, they got back into the game, and they were able to control the second half midway through the third period through the fourth, and they were able to hit their foul shots and hold on for a 2-point win over the Southside Archers. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance training offers athletes coordinated care and instant access at the new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic inside the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Also, Parkview Sports Medicine is the new go-to for all your local sports, with scores and highlights for all area schools. Parkview Sports Medicine wants to celebrate the accomplishments of the athletes on and off the court. To make Parkview Sports Medicine a part of your team, give us a call at 260-266-4007 or log on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Big Eyed Fish supports Fort Wayne area athletics and has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Originally located at historic 1502 Well Street, you can also visit their express locations at 3001 Hillegas Road and their express north location at 10,380 Leo Road. Big Eyed Fish has a 4-star ranking out of 5 with over 215 Google reviews. Find us at originalbigeyeddfish.com or bigeyeddfishexpress.com. Don't forget to like our Facebook page for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Parkview's new Ortho Express Clinic is your new home for all your orthopedic needs. Instant access to physicians, x-rays, physical therapy, performance, and our sports dietitians are all at your fingertips at the new Parkview Ortho Express. We meet the athletes when and where they are playing inside the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse with evening and weekend hours. Parkview Ortho Express. Learn more at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Well, we've got just a little over 5 minutes here as the teams will continue to warm up. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the coaches in these two teams. You're watching Sectional Championship Basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine.
We're back here at Huntington North High School for the sectional championship game here in 4A, sectional number 6. As looks like Huntington North will head to the locker room now and get their final instructions before they come back out. Almost a sellout crowd here at Huntington North High School as the crowd continues to file in. Let's take a look at these two teams. For Homestead, they come into this game with a 17-7 record. Huntington North comes in with a 19-6 record. Craig Teagle, the head coach for Huntington North in his third year. He's 52-23 overall in 26 years. He's 278-213 as a head coach. Chris Johnson leads the way for Homestead. He's 309-139 in 19 years at Homestead, and that includes a state title. He is 389-172 in his 24 years of coaching. Sagarin ratings for these two schools. Homestead checks in at an 83.53. That's good for 35th overall in the state and 25th in Class 4A. Huntington North, meanwhile, is at 81.57. That's good for 42nd overall, 28th in Class 4A. And these two teams are evenly matched, so that's why the Sagarin ratings are so close. The last outing, like I said, Huntington North defeated Wayne 56-55 on Hank Pulver's buzzer beater right at the end of the game. An unbelievable shot for Homestead. They were victorious over Southside 65-63. In the last 31 meetings, Homestead has a distinct advantage. They lead 21-10, and the last time these two teams played was on opening night of high school basketball in the state of Indiana, and it was Huntington North winning 69-46 on November the 22nd. And I had a chance to talk to Coach Jeff Teagle yesterday, and he said when we played them it was the right time because they haven't figured themselves out yet, and they had a lot of replacements on the team from the team from the year before, and they had a lot of work to do, did Homestead, to try to figure out who they are. Well, they did, and they ended up being your runners-up in this very talented Summit Athletic Conference this past season. And Coach Teagle will have his hands tied tonight as these two teams will do battle for the sectional championship here on SummitCitySports.com. We'll update you throughout the night on scores from around the area as we get them. My name is Ryan Dellinger. I will be your host tonight. You can follow me on Twitter at RHINOO71. And that's Rhino71 on Twitter. You can follow me there, or you can let us know where you're watching tonight. Tweet to us at 260sports. We'd love to hear where you're watching from. We have people from all over the country watch our football and volleyball earlier this season. And basketball has been quite entertaining as well. As I know last night, people were saying they were watching it all the way from Texas. So let us know. We'd love to hear from you. And we've got less than 2 minutes to go here in our warm-ups as Homestead and Huntington North will do battle. When we come back from the break, we'll have the starting lineups and the national anthem. You're watching high school sectional championship basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ants in action. Get mad about
We're back here at Huntington North High School. The teams have gone to their benches. We've got less than 30 seconds to go before the horn blows and we get underway here. We'll have our national anthem. Then they will announce the starting lineups for both teams. Homestead will be dressed in their black uniforms, or excuse me, Homestead in their home white uniforms with royal blue numbers, and Huntington North in their black uniforms with red numbers and letters.
Remove your caps. And for your member of our varsity singers, Matthew Flumenke, will lead us in honoring America with the singing of the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets reckless, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The national anthem has played here. We're about ready for the starting lineups in our sectional championship game here at Huntington North High School. As one of the students here at Huntington North that just sang our national anthem, and he did a great job. Everybody on their feet, everybody taking a look at the flag as it now rolls up into the ceiling. A good crowd on hand here. The Huntington North cheer section will be in all white tonight. Last night I had the good fortune of having them right in front of me all night long, and the funny thing is at the end of their game, they went back into the stands and started chanting, "We want Homestead." Well, guess what? They've got them. And Homestead heard that, and that might be a little chalkboard material for Homestead as they look to, maybe stick it to the Huntington North cheer section for doing that last night. Now the Huntington North starting lineup.
First of all, at 1'9", 5'10", junior, number 33, Zach Mahoney. Forward, 6'4", junior, number 23, Sawyer Stewart. At the other forward, 6'2", senior, number 21, Mitchell Young. At one guard, 6'2", junior, number 11, Hank Hall. Coach Taylor starting lineup for the Whites, 5'11", senior guard, number 5, Joseph Stockton.
So your starters once again for Huntington North, it'll be Stoffel, Poehler, Geller, Stoltz, and Zach Doherty, the point guard. Now your starting lineup for the Homestead Spartans.
First of all, 6'5" senior forward, number 32, Sam Buck. At one guard, 6'8" sophomore, number 22, Jake Archibald. And another forward, 6'5" freshman, number 20, Luke Goody. starting lineup for the Spartans, 5'11" senior guard, number 4, Grant Raber.
So your starters for the Homestead Spartans, it'll be Grant Raber, Onye Izakudo, Luke Goody, Jake Archibald, and Sam Buck. Our officials for tonight's game will be Justin Faw, Darren Wright, and Kyle Hobbs. And Huntington North student section on fire here. They're ready to go. Huntington North in the black uniforms. Homestead in the white, and we are ready to go here at Huntington North. Here's the jump ball controlled by Huntington North. Zach Doherty with the ball, and it looks like Homestead will start in a 2-3 zone. Stoffel with it now. He'll go right side to Pulver. Pulver cross court to Doherty. Good catch there, almost out of bounds. Now they'll reset up to Stoffel. Stoffel over to Pulver, back to Stoffel, and around they'll go back to Doherty. He'll think about it and back it out. Now Onye Izakudo comes out and picks him up a little bit further out on the court. Stoffel inside to Pulver. Down low to the big fella, Geller, and the first points go to Huntington North. Izakudo with the ball. He'll go to the right, man-to-man defense. Actually, it looks like it is a man-to-man defense by Huntington North. Looked like originally they were in a 3-2 turnover there. And it'll get turned right over to Grant Raber. He'll pick up the loose ball, and he's fouled on the court by Hank Pulver. So each team's have a turnover right there on that. It'll be Luke Goody to inbounds. He'll fire it and trigger it to his point guard, Izakudo. Izakudo is a very tough matchup for anybody because of his upper body strength. He can get in the lane and go up against the big guys. He'll kick it to a wide open Sam Buck. Three-pointer, and it's good. Sam Buck with a big second half yesterday with 3 3-pointers. It'll be Zach Doherty with the ball over to Stoffel. Now back to Doherty. Around to Pulver. He's got a 3 on the way, and it's good. So the hero from last night's game starts off hot tonight. Izakudo will try to get outside, hits Grant Raber. He'll shoot a 3, and it's good. Both teams on fire here early. And Homestead leads by 1, and now they'll pick up full court. They're in a 2-2-1 press. And the one thing I'm sure that Coach Chris Johnson saw on the highlight tape from last night is Wayne overplayed the passing lanes a lot against Huntington North, and were able to really disrupt the offense early for Huntington North as Pulver pulls the trigger again, misses, and that'll be a foul on Luke Goody. No, they'll say the foul will be on Geller. It looked like Goody undercut Geller there as he went up for the rebound. So that personal foul will be on Mitchell Geller, his first, team second. Under 6 minutes to play here in the sectional championship. Izakudo once again with the ball. He'll do all of the point guard duties unless Zach Kruger gives him a break. Sam Buck with it. He'll turn, find Izakudo. He'll shoot a 3 off the back of the rim, and on the weak side, it's rebounded by Mitchell Geller. Doherty will bring it up and give it to Stoffel over to Pulver on the right side. He'll take one dribble and I'll kick it to Stoffel. I mentioned earlier that Wayne overplayed the passing lanes in the man-to-man defense, and they did a nice job of turning over Huntington North. Stoffel with the 3, and it's good. 8-6 our score. Onye Izakudo with the ball once again. And now Homestead will try a little bit of different set here on offense. They'll rotate, give the ball up now to Grant Raber, our Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game last night. Jake Archibald with it. Now to Izakudo. He'll get a screen and go to the right and cut off by Hank Pulver. Back to Archibald and out to Luke Goody. He'll shoot a 3 in stride and hits it. He stepped right into that one as he caught the pass, and that is a great way to shoot the ball. 9-8 our score. Homestead once again with a little bit of some pressure there in the front court. Stoffel will set the offense and find Hank Pulver. Pulver also our Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game last night. Inside to Mitchell Geller, misses an easy shot, and Grant Raber right there with the rebound for the Spartans. Izakudo drives, kicks to Buck. Quick three on the way. Good for Sam Buck, the senior, with the second three-pointer, and a 4-point lead for the Spartans. Stoffel with it once again to Doherty. Over to Sawyer Stoltz. Stoltz had a good second half yesterday for Huntington North. He hit some big threes, and he is an excellent foul shooter. Doherty with it once again to Stoffel. Huntington North patient on this end of the court. Pulver with it, guarded by the freshman. Stoffel thinks about it. Now Doherty will launch. His ball's off the back of the rim, but it's rebounded by Pulver, and he's fouled. So Pulver will go to the line to shoot one shot. He'll get the bonus, as I believe that was on Izakudo. That foul was on Onye Izakudo. That'll be his first, team's first. Pulver will have a chance to cut into the lead. Pulver shot last night with under a second to go. The difference in the game, he hits the free throw. And he's got 6. 12-11 our score. Hot shooting here in the first quarter. 3:30 to play. Izakudo will go and turns it over. Zach Doherty picks off the pass, and he'll go right to the hoop. Oh, he misses the bunny, and then it'll get knocked out of bounds, and it'll say Homestead's ball. Luke Goody had a hand on it and then had it knocked out of bounds. Dangerous pass there by Izakudo, almost led to 2 points. Izakudo on Stoffel, now out to Goody, over to Raber. Raber will dribble to the top of the key, crossover, and give it up to Sam Buck. He thinks about a three, gets around one guy, loses the ball on the court, and they're going to call a foul, I believe, on either Sam Buck or Grant Raber. And Grant Raber and Zach Doherty already mixing it up, as Grant Raber gives Zach Doherty a little bit of a hip check after the play, and now Doherty will bring it up the court. They give it to Mitchell Geller, now back to Doherty. Under 3 minutes to play here in our first quarter. Stoffel with it, and I see what Huntington North is starting to see too. They see Sawyer Stoltz running the baseline down there, and he's starting to get behind the back line of Homestead because they're getting a little too high up. Pulver with it, he'll launch a three off the side of the rim and rebounded by Izakudo. Izakudo on the season averages about 5 boards a game. Izakudo in the lane, and he'll hit the shot. No, they'll call him with a travel. I thought maybe they were going to call a foul on Stoffel. Into the game, Trey Williams. And he'll replace Mitchell Geller. So 3 guards in there now for Huntington North with Stoffel, Doherty, and Trey Williams. Stoffel on the right wing. Back outside to Trey Williams. Trey Williams really not looking to shoot too much yet in this sectional. Pulver with it. He'll cross-court it and throw it out of bounds. So the second turnover on Huntington North as he was trying to find Trey Williams. Trey Williams will be an outstanding baseball player next year for Huntington North. He's a good, solid pitcher. He's actually one heck of a catcher as well, and he can hit the ball a little bit as well. So a lot of these teams have guys that play multiple sports on the court right now. The point guard for Huntington North, also a good baseball player. Archibald to Izakudo. He's going to launch a three. It's going to be off the right side of the rim. Rebounded by Archibald. He gets away with a walk and gives it up to Grant Raber. And then that ball will go off of, they say, Sawyer Stoltz. No, they say off of Sam Buck. So the ball will go back to Huntington North with 1:42 to play. As Chris Johnson wants an explanation because the official actually did point to that the ball should go to Homestead. I think he just pointed the wrong way. I think actually what he was pointing at was the ball actually went off of you, Sam Buck. So Doherty will inbounds to Stoffel, now back to Doherty. 1:40 to play in our first quarter. The winner of this advances to regional play next week at Logansport. Doherty right side to Stoffel. Stoffel to Pulver. Pulver looks inside. Nothing there, so he'll kick it back to Stoffel. Back to Pulver. He'll drive baseline. He's cut off. And back up to Stoffel. Zach Doherty resets the offense with 1:18 to play over to Trey Williams. Williams to Pulver. Pulver looks inside, finds Sawyer Stoltz. He'll find Trey Williams all the way to Stoffel, and he'll launch a three in and out and rebounded by Luke Goody. 1 minute to play here in our first quarter. Izakudo outside to Jake Archibald. He'll won't shoot. Back to Izakudo, over to Goody. The three-pointer on the way off the back of the rim and rebounded by Trey Williams. Quick three-pointer there by the freshman. And Huntington North, they may elect to take the last shot. Chris Teagle up off the bench, the head coach for Huntington North, letting his guys know what he wants to do. And they will pass it around the outside. Under 40 seconds to play here in our first quarter. Thank you for watching here on Summit City Sports. I want to thank our sponsors, the Mad Ants, the Big Eyed Fish, Parkview Sports Medicine, and the Fort Wayne Comets. 20 seconds to play here in our first quarter. And now Stoffel with the ball. And that's exactly what Sam Buck is saying now under the basket for Homestead. I think they're going to switch to a man-to-man for this final 10 seconds. They do use a kudo on Doherty, and Doherty almost has his pocket picked and then knocked away. It's still on the court. Picked up by Grant Raber. Is he going to get a shot off? He does. It's no good. It's actually blocked by Pulver, and that will do it for the first quarter. It's Homestead 12, Huntington North 11. We'll take a 1 minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have second quarter action here from Huntington North. You're watching Sectional Championship Basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
The comets falling from the sky, 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 comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine.
We're ready for the second quarter here at the Huntington North Sectional Championship game. It's Homestead leading by 1, 12-11. If you're just joining us, both teams started out hot, hitting three-pointers. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 three-pointers scored in this game. All of the points for Homestead via the three-pointer. And they will have the ball to start this second quarter here at Huntington North. Winner of this advances to the Logansport Regional next week, and they'll take on the winner of the Noblesville Sectional. Sam Buck with it, back to Izakudo. Izakudo will come out. He'll dribble in, cut off there by Sawyer Stoltz. Over to Archibald, they'll go now on the left wing. He'll look and find Sam Buck. Podzalinski into the game for the first time tonight for Homestead. I think he'll play a big role. Izakudo will shoot about a 12-footer and hit it. I really do believe that Podzalinski could play a big role tonight for Homestead because he'll be able to match size in there against the bigger, taller players of Huntington North. Podzalinski had a nice game last night as well. It's Trey Williams with the ball, and he'll give it to Doherty, and they'll bring it around to the right side to Stoffel. Huntington North a little bit out of sorts here. Sawyer Stoltz with the ball. Geller in the lineup once again as Hank Pulver takes a break for Huntington North. There's a quick pass to Sawyer Stoltz. He'll face up and give it to Doherty. Doherty over to Stoffel. And they'll reverse it around to Trey Williams. Now back to Doherty and around to Stoffel. Huntington North very patient on this possession. As Homestead student section very loud on that end of the court right now. Sawyer Stoltz with it on the left baseline. He'll dribble out and kick it to Doherty. He'll get to the top of the key and give it back to Stoltz. Stoltz back to Doherty. And Huntington North will just take their time, work and get a good shot. Stoffel to the hoop, and that's a shot. Oh, they call it a block. We have a bench warning on the fouls on Archibald. Trying to figure out what they were doing. they were giving a warning to Homestead's bench for getting up the coaches. And the shot good by Stoffel. Stoffel with his 4th point. Pulver at the scorer's table. He'll replace Stoffel at the next dead ball. He'll shoot, hit the second one as well as Pulver will replace Stoffel. A 1-point game now. I think actually what was happening is the assistant coach for Homestead was jumping up off the bench to try to grab Coach Johnson and tell him not to argue with the official on that because the guy was moving. And then he ended up getting a warning for doing it. It's Sam Buck with it now. He'll give it to Podzalinski. 6 minutes to play here in our first half. Izakudo with the ball once again. He'll drive, cut off, give it to Archibald. He'll pull up and shoot a 16-footer off the front of the rim, and Sam Buck gets the rebound. Now to Izakudo, over to Archibald. Archibald back to Izakudo and to Grant Raber. Raber will drive and get cut off. Raber was able to get to the hole, and there's a turnover as Sam Buck tried to hit Archibald, but he was going a different direction. So a 4th turnover on Homestead gives the ball back to the Vikings. Luke Goody up off the bench, and he'll replace somebody at the next dead ball for the Spartans. Doherty with it once again. And now a 1-3-1 half-court trap defense out there for Homestead. Cross court to Stoltz, up top to Doherty. He thinks about it and then goes to Stoltz. Stoltz is guarded there, and then a turnover on Huntington North as Stoltz was trying to hit Doherty, and he was going the other direction, and Pulver almost got it, but his foot was standing out of bounds. So Goody into the lineup, and he'll replace Grant Raber, and Zach Kruger into the lineup as well, and he'll replace Sam Buck. 1-point game. We've had 3 really close games here at this sectional. Goody with it, now back to Izakudo, out to Kruger, and to the left baseline, and up top to Luke Goody. Over to Izakudo, he'll launch a 3 off the front of the rim and rebounded by Sawyer Stoltz. So both teams gone a little cold from the field here in our second quarter. Doherty to Williams, Doherty to Williams, and now he'll look to go left side, but he's cut off by Izakudo. And now back to Williams, over to Pulver. Pulver will give it back to Williams, and then right back to Pulver. He'll go baseline, he's cut off. Hits a cutting Geller, and he'll hit the layup. Give the assist to Hank Pulver, and the points to Geller. 15-14, Huntington North. Let's see if they might try to go inside to Podzalinski on this possession. Izakudo's going to get a double screen up top. He gets it by Podzalinski and then gives it to Kruger. Kruger to Goody, and then back to Izakudo. Podzalinski will post up. Get the ball, he'll spin, get inside, and he's fouled by Hank Pulver, and if that's on Pulver, that'll be number 2. Yeah, Pulver picks up his second. So with 4:06 to play in our first half, Pulver with 2 fouls. See if Coach Chris Teagle leaves him in the game. So Podzalinski will shoot, and that one will roll around and go in. He gets the shooter's roll there. Podzalinski on the season, averaging about 3 points per game. So Pulver will take a seat and Stoffel back into the lineup. We're tied up at 15. Podzalinski will step to the line and shoot another one. And it rattles around and rebounded by Zach Doherty of Huntington North. They were very patient the last time they had the ball with Pulver out of the game. So I'm assuming that Huntington North will continue that. Doherty with it, guarded by Kruger. Kruger will come out and make him dribble. And they'll push Huntington North further and further away from the basket. Stoffel with it. He'll give it to Williams, to Geller, now to Stoffel. 3 on the way. Good for Stoffel. Joe Stoffel with his 8th point. I think Huntington North or Homestead ought to try a little bit of a man-to-man defense at times. On the Izakudo with the ball, and he'll give it to Kruger. Kruger drives baseline, cut off by Trey Williams, and up top to Izakudo. Izakudo has yet to be able to find a lane to try to get inside. He's cut off there and gives it to Raber. Raber to Kruger. Over to Izakudo. He thinks about it. He'll drive, give it to Kruger. Give it to Rader. Raber inside to Podzalinski. And all the way to Izakudo. Izakudo traveled. I want to thank the Huntington North student section. They let me know 10 passes in that possession. Kruger checks out. Sam Buck back into the lineup for the Spartans. 3-point lead for Huntington North. Under 3 minutes to play here in our first half. Winner of this to the Logansport Regional next week. Doherty with it once again. He'll go to Trey Williams. Now to Stoffel. Stoffel back to Williams. Over to Doherty on the left side. Doherty fakes and gives it to Stoffel. He was open again inside to Sawyer Stoltz. He misses. The ball's on the ground, and we got a scrum. They'll call a jump ball, and I believe the ball will stay with Huntington North. Podzalinski had it, but Sawyer Stoltz knocked it out of his hands. And Huntington North will have the ball under their own basket as Jake Archibald gets up off the bench. And I don't know, he's going to replace Matt Podzalinski. At halftime, we'll try to find scores from around the area as sectional championship night underway here in the state of Indiana. Stoffel with it. Now nope, still they'll stay in a 2-3 matchup zone. Well, Homestead, I thought they went to man-to-man. Stoffel with it now. Back to Doherty. Doherty thinks about it and gives it to Trey Williams. 3 ball on the way. Oh, in and out for Trey Williams. That was 3/4 of the way down. Luke Goody gets the rebound. Trey Williams standing about 6 feet to my right. And he couldn't believe that ball did not go in. Sam Buck with it, guarded by Sawyer Stoltz. Now over to Luke Goody. Around to Jake Archibald. They'll look inside for Raver, and now they'll swing it. It'll be over to Sam Buck, left wing. They're trying to get the ball inside to Grant Raver on Trey Williams. And now they'll reset the offense. Huntington North playing some really good man-to-man defense here tonight. Izakudo now. They're going to try to do a little bit of a screen and roll here. Nothing there. They'll kick it to Raver. Raver will launch his first 3 and good. Excuse me, a second 3. He's got 2. And we're tied back up at 18 with 1:20 to play here in our first half. Doherty across the timeline. He's picked up by Grant Raver, and then they give it to Stoffel. Back to Doherty and around to Trey Williams. Cross court over to Stoffel. He'll think about the 3. Looks inside for Mitchell Geller. Huntington North trying to get a high-low situation going, but that middle guy for Homestead continues to come up with them, and they haven't been able to do it. Doherty with it with 50 seconds to play here in our first half. Now to Trey Williams, back to Doherty and over to Stoffel. Inside to Geller. He'll ball fake and kick it to Doherty. He'll launch a 3 and hit it. Zach Doherty with his first points of the game. And we've got 35 seconds to play. Doherty on the season averaging 10 points. 21-18 our score. 30 seconds to play. Izakudo now will just stand out by the midcourt, right in the circle. And they'll play for 1. The Huntington North fans coming to life here. 15 seconds to play. And now Homestead will go as Stoffel almost picks the pocket of Izakudo. Sam Buck drives baseline. He'll go right to the hoop. Misses the shot and rebounded by Stoffel. And that will do it here for the first half as Huntington North leads 21-18 over the Homestead Spartans. We'll take about a 5-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have individual scoring and scores from around the area. You're watching sectional championship basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is a state-of-the-art facility that has become the home of sports in our region. Also the home of Parkview Sports Medicine with our new Ortho Express Clinic, AWP Sports, plus all kinds of club activity from basketball, volleyball, futsal, pickleball, and more. The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Check it out today.
center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne Hockey.
McClung with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freebie with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ants in action. Get mad about blue.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to ParkviewSportsMedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship.
Welcome back here to Huntington North High School. We are at halftime with about 4 minutes to go before the teams come back out on the court. It is the Vikings leading the Spartans 21-18 here at halftime. I told you we try to find some scores from around the area. We finally do have some starting to come in at halftime score, a low-scoring game at the New Haven sectional. It's Angola over Concordia, 18-14. The crazy thing about Concordia is they only won 5 games in the regular season, and they are playing for a sectional championship tonight against Angola, a team that beat a very good New Haven team last night to advance to the championship game. At the end of one quarter, it is Carroll leading Northside 15-12 at the East Noble sectional. So those are some of the scores we have for you here at halftime. Your scoring here in the first half, first for Huntington North, Joe Stoffel with 8 points. Hank Pulver with 6. Mitchell Geller with 4. And 3 by Zach Doherty. The Vikings shooting 46.7% in the first half from the field. 3-point percentage, they're shooting 44%, so they're doing a great job from deep. And they're also perfect from the free throw line, 3 for 3. For the Spartans, Grant Raber with 6. Izakudo with 2. 3 by Luke Goody, 6 by Sam Buck, and 1 by Matt Podzolinski. Homestead shooting better than Huntington with a 50% clip from the field and a 3-point percentage at 55.6%. They're 1 for 2 from the foul line, and this was a very quick first half as these two teams basically just traded baskets. Not a lot of fouls, only 4 total, 5 total in the first half between the two teams. Not a lot of turnovers either. Homestead with just 5 and Huntington North with 3. So the winner of this game will advance to next week's regional regionals next week, and they will head to Logansport. The winner of this will take on the winner of the Noblesville sectional. The other teams that will be involved at that regional will be the winner of the East Noble sectional and the winner of Lafayette Jeff. So those games will be played, and games you'll see here on Summit City Sports next Saturday. Myself, I'll be up at Culver Academy to do that sectional, barring a huge upset if Blackhawk Christian would get beat today by Lakewood Park. So 1:40 left here in halftime. We'll take our final timeout. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half here from Huntington North. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
The comets falling from the sky, 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 comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine.
We are ready for the second half here at Huntington North. The two teams getting their final instructions before they come back out on the court. I think the main reason why I think Huntington North is winning is they have not allowed Homestead to get in the lane and get any easy shots at the bucket. Izakudo has not been able to get in there. Grant Raber, who got to the hoop at will last night against Southside, they have not been able to do anything inside the paint, and give credit to Huntington North for that because they have done a great job on defense just with switching and moving their feet. And that is why I truly believe they are winning here to start our second half. It'll be Homestead ball. Wait for the clock to reset. There it goes. And the officials ready to go. Once again, our officials for this game, Justin Fall, Darren Wright, and Kyle Hobbs. Archibald with it now. Man-to-man by the Vikings. To Raber. Over to Izakudo, guarded by Stoffel. In the lane, Izakudo in there right away. Like I said, you cannot let that guy get in the lane. Stoffel let him in there, and he was able to hit the bucket. 21-20 our score. Doherty with it. He'll go to the right side. Stoffel over to Pulver. Back to Stoffel. Stoffel to Doherty. Doherty back to Stoffel. They'll be patient once again. We've seen good patience by both teams on the offensive end. Huntington North got some good shots. Kick out to Pulver. He'll go to the hoop. Left-handed shot up off the backboard and rebounded by Jake Archibald of the Spartans. Izukudo quickly over the timeline. He'll go behind the legs and behind the back. Over to Luke Goody. Oh, he had a wide open Archibald under the basket. Finally finds him, but too late. Izukudo stops. Gives the ball to Sam Buck, and he almost throws it away. Hank Pulver right on that. Luke Goody with it. Now to Grant Raber. Raber will drive. He'll throw it up off the backboard. No good. A couple players fall down. Ooh, Mitchell Geller got slapped right in the mouth on that play and no call. I think Grant Raber got him. Stoffel with it. Out to Doherty. He'll shoot a three. Short. I think it got tipped. The ball's on the court, and Izukudo comes away with it. He throws it up court for Luke Goody. He saves it to Grant Raber. He ball fakes, and he's hammered. He'll go to the line to shoot two, will Grant Raber. Stoffel with the foul. His first, team's first. It'll be Raber at the line. Grant Raber had a great night last night. That senior, he really stepped up down in the stretch against Southside, hitting all his free throws. So Raber with a chance to tie it up. He'll shoot and good. Raber with 9 points. And we are tied at 21. We've had three really good games here at Huntington North. The Muncie Southside game was also excellent on Wednesday night. That shot up and good by Raber, and he gives his team a 1-point lead. Doherty once again gives it to Sawyer Stoltz. Haven't called his name much. He's a good deep shooter. He likes to shoot from straight on, and last night in the game against Wayne, he made him pay late in the game. Pulver now with it. Stoffel with it. And inside to Stoltz. A little high-low action there. Nothing there, so he turns and gives the ball to Stoffel. Stoffel inside. Geller outside to Stoltz, and there's his shot that he likes to shoot. They'll call a pushing foul on Luke Goody. Stoltz hit the ground. I think he wanted to try to get a foul on Grant Raber, but the officials weren't falling for that. So Goody picks up the foul. That'll be his first, team's first. Doherty to inbounds. Coach Teagle wanting to know why there was no foul called on the three-pointer. Over now to Stoffel. Stoffel will dribble and reset the offense. Now to Doherty. He'll drive, get bumped there by Raber. Stoffel with it in the lane, loses it off his knee. He knew it too. He didn't even argue. He just got up and went the other way. As we have a quick timeout on the court, it'll be a Huntington North timeout by head coach. It's a 30-second timeout by head coach Craig Teagle. Well, the winner of this game will advance to next Saturday's Logansport Regional, and they will play the winner of the the winner of the Noblesville Sectional. Big Eyed Fish supports Fort Wayne area athletics and has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Originally located at 1502 Wells Street, you can also visit their express locations at 3001 Hillegass Road and their express north location at 10,380 Leo Road. Big Eyed Fish has a 4-star ranking out of 5 with over 215 Google reviews. Find us at originalbigeyeddfish.com or bigeyedfishexpress.com. And we are ready to go once again as Jake Archibald now playing point guard for the Spartans. And he'll give it to Izukudo. Izukudo now gets some space, gets in the lane, kicks it outside to a wide open Sam Buck. Three is good. 9 points for Sam Buck. Doherty with it, guarded by Raber, and they'll call cheapie on Raber. You've seen every person that has guarded Doherty want that little elbow that he throws out there, and not one time have the officials called it. It's Stoffel with it once again. He'll go to Doherty. 4-point lead for the Spartans. This is the biggest lead they've enjoyed. Stoffel with it now. He'll pump and give it to Doherty. Doherty looks inside for Geller. Jake Archibald playing some good low post defense on him. But Hank Pulver gives it to Sawyer Stoltz, and they'll swing it all the way back around. And now I hear a whistle on, I believe they're going to call a foul on Sam Buck. No, they'll call it on Jake Archibald, his second. Team's third, and they'll inbounds the ball to Stoffel. He'll go down low to Geller. He's deep in the paint. He'll throw it up and hit the shot. That's too easy. 6 points for Mitchell Geller. Interesting that Archibald is now the point guard for Homestead. They'll run about the same set as they did last time. You can kind of see a little more pep in the step from Homestead here in the second half. They played the late game last night. Oh, nice fake by Grant Raber, but he's fouled going to the hoop. Wow, this quick feed of Grant Raber. Trey Williams at the score table. He's ready to check in here at the next dead ball for the Vikings. That foul's on that's on Pulver, his third. So it looks like Trey Williams will replace Pulver, but I'm not sure. It'll be Raber at the line. He'll launch off the front of the rim and misses his first foul shot. Trey Williams will replace Hank Pulver. Pulver will sit on the bench now. He's got 6 points and 3 rebounds. So Raber will have a chance to extend the lead. A well-played game thus far. Second one on the way. The senior shot is up and good. And Doherty will have the ball. He'll give it to Stoltz. It's nice for Huntington North to have these real tall guys that they can throw it over the top of the presses. Homestead will stay in their 2-3. Doherty with it inside to Geller. He'll reverse, gets tied up there, and they'll call a jump ball, and it'll stay with Huntington North. It was a good play there by Luke Goody as he dropped down and double-teamed Mitchell Geller and tied him up. Good call by the official. He was right there. It'll be Doherty to inbounds to Stoffel. Stoffel up to Trey Williams. Williams over to Doherty. He thinks about it. And he'll kick it out to Stoffel. Stoffel over to Trey Williams. Williams will cross-court it to Stoffel, and he thought about it. And now Grant Raber comes right out on him, and now Izakudo called for a bad foul. That'll be the second on Izakudo, the fourth on the Spartans. Yeah, that was one of the reasons why Huntington North got back into the game last night by Wayne. In one possession in that game yesterday, Huntington North was able to pick up 3 fouls on the Wayne Generals. Trey Williams looks, and he'll find Stoffel. Good look to Geller, now to Trey Williams. He's wide open, 3 on the way, good! The junior with his first 3-pointer. And we are tied up with 3:25 to play here in our third quarter. Izakudo now. Goody will launch a 3 off the back of the rim and rebounded by Zach Doherty. And they'll look to push as Trey Williams comes up the right side and gives it right back to Doherty. Stoffel wide open. And I thought he was going to shoot it. Williams will launch another 3 off the side of the rim and rebounded by Sawyer Stoltz, and he is fouled by Grant Raber. So that will send a really good free throw shooter to the line, and that is Sawyer Stoltz. Good pass there by Stoffel. He found a wide open Trey Williams. That's a good shot there. So Stoltz will shoot 2. 2 fouls on Grant Raber, 5 on Homestead now. As Sawyer Stoltz steps to the line, he'll launch and right over the front of the rim. And now Stoltz will have a chance to extend the lead. 3:03 to play here in our third quarter, and he does. Huntington North perfect from the line tonight. Izakudo now, he'll go to the right side. He wants to dribble. He does, almost loses it out of bounds, and he'll give it to Sam Buck. Homestead starting to really space the floor on the offensive end. Sam Buck will kick it to Archibald, and he'll go to Izakudo. Izakudo to Goody, over to Raber. Now Raber wants to go one-on-one on Mitchell Geller. He does, and kicks it to Izakudo. He'll shoot a 3. He knew it was no good, and rebounded by Mitchell Geller. As soon as Izakudo let it go, he started right to the basket. He knew that shot had no chance. So So Doherty with the ball once again for Huntington North to Trey Williams. Back to Doherty. He thinks about the three. Inside now to Geller. He gets it really deep. Now Stoltz has it. He'll throw it up off the backboard and hit the shot. Sawyer Stoltz coming up big here in the third quarter. Izakudo once again, another 4-point lead here in this half, or this quarter, and it's by the Vikings. Grant Raber with it. He wants to go one-on-one. He'll kick it to Sam Buck. Sam Buck will drive, give it to Izakudo. He's got Trey Williams on him. He gets in the lane, jump stop outside to Grant Raber. He'll go to the hoop, throws it up off the front of the rim, gets his own rebound. Ball fakes, goes up, misses a shot, and rebounded by Archibald, and then he goes up and he's fouled. So Archibald will go to the line to shoot two, and we'll see who the foul was on. It's on number 30. Trey Williams picks up his first, the team's third. So Jake Archibald, the sophomore at the line shooting as Podzalinski runs up to the scorer's table. That ball's off the right side of the rim. Podzalinski comes into the game. I think he's going to replace Luke Goody, and he does. So Goody will take a seat with 1:30 to play here in our third quarter. Archibald will be at the line. He'll shoot. Around and out, and rebounded by Geller. So 0 for 2 at the foul line is Jake Archibald. And now Huntington North with a chance to extend their lead. Good look inside to Stoltz. He has the ball stripped away, and Izakudo now with it. He'll drive, go right to the hoop, and they'll call a goaltend, I believe, on Sawyer Stoltz. Or are they calling a foul? They're discussing it. It must be a foul. They want the goaltend as well, does Homestead. The basket's good by Izakudo, but no foul. No foul. They just called goaltending. And now both coaches over talking with the officials. There's no foul on the play. I think that's what Coach Teagle's wanting to know. Was there any foul called? And Coach Chris Johnson wants a foul called. No foul. It didn't look like a foul was committed there. It just looked like goaltending. They got the play right, and we're ready to go once again. 2-point lead now for the Vikings. Sawyer Stoltz with the ball back to Doherty. Doherty will ball fake and give it right back to Sawyer Stoltz. And then now they'll give it to Trey Williams to Doherty. Doherty all the way to Stoffel. Stoffel thinks about it. He's cut off by Buck and back to Williams. Doherty, three on the way. Good! Doherty hits his second three, and the lead balloons to 5 with under 1 minute to play. Izakudo with the ball. Clock ticks down to 35 seconds to play here. You can see the Homestead players, they've got their hands on their hips. They're obviously a little winded. They played the late game last night. 20 seconds to play. The Vikings fans, that's who you hear in the background. Student section, very loud tonight. I thought maybe Homestead would just spread the court and just let him go one-on-one on Stoffel. Here we go, 5 seconds to play. He'll dribble, pulls up, launches a three. Good by Izakudo. Izakudo drains a three at the buzzer. And after three, it's Huntington North 33, the Homestead Spartans 31. When we come back, we'll have the final quarter here from Bob Strait Court at the campus of Huntington North High School. You're watching high school sectional championship basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ants in action. Get mad about blue.
Last quarter here at Huntington North. It'll be Homestead ball to start this final quarter in the sectional championship game. That three-pointer really got the bench fired up for the Homestead Spartans as Trevin Taylor on the bench went full beast mode after that three-pointer, cheering on his teammates as he waits for his turn, hopefully to get in the game tonight. Let's take a look around the area for some scores real quick. Just trying to look for some. Nothing yet on any score updates. Sam Buck off the back of the rim, and Sawyer Stoltz comes down with the rebound on the weak side for the Vikings. Mitchell Geller over to a wide open Sawyer Stoltz. He'll give it to Doherty, now to Williams. Over back in the game now. Trey Williams with it. He'll give it to Doherty. Doherty guarded by Raber, and here comes Pulver running the baseline. He turns, looks. He's got Podzalinski in his face. He'll get it down low to Geller. He'll fire cross court to Trey Williams. Air ball goes through the legs. Actually gets tipped off the hands and goes through his legs of Jake Archibald, as I just don't think he thought it was going to be a three-pointer. I thought he thought it was going to catch the rim. It didn't, and bounced right off of him. Inbounds to Pulver now to Trey Williams. As Doherty has it, out to Pulver and over to Trey Williams. Good patience here once again by Huntington North. This game's been really quick because the teams just really haven't. Oh, man. Jake Archibald is just plowed over by Zach Doherty, and Doherty will pick up his first foul, and it'll be the fourth on the Vikings as Goody replaces Podzalinski with 6:48 to play here in this game. Izakudo with the ball. Huntington North has controlled. Oh, Izakudo will launch a quick three off the front of the rim. Grant Raber gets the offensive rebound, kicks it out to a wide open Sam Buck. That's wide left. So Raber with the rebound, and then the rebound will go to Hank Pulver. Pulver with it now. He'll look underneath. Geller and Archibald just banging around down there. Pulver with it once again. Homestead has had two good looks here in this fourth quarter. Hasn't been able to score yet. Zach Doherty with the ball once again. Pulver with it. Now over to Trey Williams to Sawyer Stoltz. Outside to a wide open Doherty. Three on the way, in and out, and rebounded by Goody of Homestead. Izakudo will bring the ball up the court. Crossover over to Goody. He'll get in the lane and kick it to Izakudo. Outside to Raber. He'll launch a three. Air ball goes right to Archibald. He goes up, hasn't blocked, but Izakudo comes up with it. Archibald just a little tentative on that shot, and it got blocked. And the student section letting Grant and Raber know that his last shot was an air ball. Indeed it was. Izakudo to Sam Buck, up to Goody. He'll launch a three, sets his feet off the front of the rim, and there's that guy again, Grant Raber, with his fifth rebound. And he'll give it to Buck. He's open for a three. That's good. Sam Buck with his fourth three-pointer. And Homestead with a 1-point lead as Izakudo claps his hands. He wants to play now. I told you at the onset, the student section yelled, "We won Homestead," and they are in a barn burner with them right now. Hank Pulver with it over to Trey Williams. Back over to Pulver. He'll shoot a three off the back of the rim, and I believe they're going to call Sam Buck with the foul. Yeah, he was holding Sawyer Stoltz. That'll be the sixth team foul on Homestead, so that'll put the Vikings in the double bonus the rest of the way, and Coach Teagle will take a timeout here for Huntington North. It's a full timeout, so we'll take a timeout. You're watching Sectional Championship Basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
The comets falling from the sky, 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 comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine.
We're ready for the final 447 here at the Huntington North Sectional. I'm just trying to see if I can give you an update on what's going on out at East Noble. I haven't been able to see any scores from there in a while. I believe they're at halftime as Zach Doherty will inbounds. Almost picked off there by Izakudo. That ball went straight into the bench. Now Doherty will inbounds. He'll be right in front of his own bench. He'll give it to Joe Stoffel. Stoffel just checked back in for Trey Williams. Doherty will drive, cut off by Raber. Raber don't want to pick up any bad fouls. It'll be 1-1 the rest of the way. Stoffel kicks it to Pulver. Pulver will reverse. He'll give it to Stoffel. Stoffel up top to Doherty. Back to Stoffel. Joe Stoffel's hit some big shots in this game. And he'll give it to Geller. Geller to Stoffel. Better get out and respect his three-point range. Pulver with it. Now to Stoltz. Stoltz looks and gives it to Pulver. Halfway through our fourth quarter here at the Huntington North Sectional, a 1-point game. Stoffel will shoot, blocked. Ball's on the court and it comes, timeout on the court. Izakudo comes up with it and calls a timeout. I'm not sure who blocked Joe Stoffel's shot, but I'm not sure if it was. Maybe it was just short. So it's a 30-second timeout on the court. Parkview's new Ortho Express Clinic is your new home for all your orthopedic needs. Instant access to physicians, x-rays, physical therapy, performance center sports dietitians are all at your fingertips at the new Parkview Ortho Express. We meet the athletes when and where they are playing inside the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse with evening and weekend hours. Parkview Ortho Express. Learn more at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. So after the loose ball that was on the court, Izakudo dove on it and called a timeout, and they'll have the ball with 3:58 to play here in our championship game. The winner of this, of course, will go to Logansport next weekend, and they will play in the first game against the winner of the Noblesville Sectional. So Izakudo will go left. He's guarded by Stoffel. He'll look to give it up to Sam Buck. Now he will. And looks like maybe Homestead going to take a little air out of the ball. Buck drives and gives it up to Grant Raber. And Raber will give it to Izakudo. Had this ball for about 30 seconds in this possession. And now they want Izakudo to go one-on-one on the right side. And he'll go baseline. He'll get cut off. Good defense there. And a ball reversal all the way to Luke Goody and back up top to Grant Raber. And he's guarded by Mitchell Geller, and then he'll give it back to Izakudo. 3 minutes to play here in our final quarter. Screen coming by Archibald. The length of Huntington North just not giving any lanes for Huntington or for Homestead to pass or drive on. Grant Raber will turn and give it up to Sam Buck. Now the switch, and Geller will be on Buck. He wants to drive on him. He'll kick it to Luke Goody. Goody back to Izakudo. Izakudo drives, gets in the lane. Left-hander up off the glass and good. Izakudo with another big shot for the Spartans. Good patience there. They ran about a minute 40 off the clock before they went to the basket. 3-point lead with 2:20 to play. Hank Pulver with it back to Stoffel. Stoffel inside. The ball gets tipped off of Luke Goody and it goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Vikings. Trey Williams up off the bench, and he'll come back into the game. He's going to replace Joe Stoffel. Williams hit a big three-pointer in this second half. Doherty looks, will fire it up top now to Trey Williams. Doherty will come all the way around and get the ball. 1-on-1 for for Huntington North. They might want to try to get the ball inside as Hank Pulver has it. And he'll give it to Trey Williams. Back to Pulver, inside to a wide open Mitchell Geller, and there's a charge called on Mitchell Geller as Jake Archibald came over quickly, set his feet, and Mitchell Geller ran right into him. Pretty close. That's a tough one right there. It's a 5th team foul now on Huntington North with 1:55 to play. That was close. That could have gone either way, to be real honest with you. It happened right in front of me. So Trey Williams back out of the lineup for the Vikings. Joe Stoffel back into the lineup. You feel the tension brewing here as the student section on their feet for both teams. The winner of this game will head out to next Saturday's regional at Logansport. They'll take on the Noblesville winner. And now I believe Huntington North's going to have to come out and make Homestead do something. They just can't stand out there and let the clock tick away. They have a foul to give, though, as Raber will go in and kick it outside to Buck. Now over to Izakudo. Izakudo will go right. 5-second clock count is on. And he'll go right, and a 5-second call. I just have to tell you, that official has done every game that he's been here for all the games that I've done here. And if you wait and wait, he will count 5 seconds on you pretty fast. So you have to know that. You have to get rid of the ball, as that official's got a pretty quick trigger. So Stoffel out. Trey Williams back in. 1:20 to play here in our final quarter. And now Homestead is overplaying the passing lanes. Hank Pulver with the ball. You got to know where he is at all times. Gordy will launch a 3 for the tie off the back of the rim. And Sawyer Solt saves it, but he saves it right to Archibald of Homestead. Up the court to Luke Goody. He's pushed in the back by Trey Williams. That's really not a bad foul. That's the last one they'll have to give, so both teams will be in the bonus. And let's see, Zach Kruger, I believe, has checked in. Nope, we have a timeout on the court by Homestead. A full timeout on the court, so we'll take a timeout. You're watching Sectional Championship Basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ants in action. Get mad about blue.
58.4 seconds to play here at Huntington North. The Spartans lead the Vikings 36-33. It'll be Homestead's ball. They'll be right in front of their own bench inbounding after the foul by Trey Williams. Both teams now will be in the bonus. The possession arrow does belong to the Vikings, and now there's some confusion on who should be in the game for the Spartans. I thought that I saw Zach Kruger be announced coming in, but he wasn't. And I thought they were taking Archibald out, but he stays in the game, and he'll trigger the inbounds, and he'll fight a wide open Grant Raber. He decides not to go to the basket. Quick foul there by Hank Pulver, and that'll be his fourth. Raber will go to the line to shoot 1-on-1 now. This young man had ice in his veins last night. He stepped to the line and hit foul shot after foul shot in the final 2 minutes, and that's really what propelled the Spartans to their win over Southside. 56.6 seconds to play. You can make it a two-possession game. He'll shoot, and good. We called it Hank Pulver last night the Iceman, and he knew who that was. As young as he is, he knew who the Iceman was, George Gervin. And right now, we'll call Grant Raber that. So Raber eyes second one. Good arch and right in the basket for Grant Raber. And now the lead 5 under 1 minute to play. Huntington North's going to have to go quick. Doherty with it. He'll get across the timeline, guarded by Izakudo. Izakudo thinks they're in man-to-man. And cross court now to Doherty. Doherty over to Pulver. He'll drive, kick it to Sawyer Stoltz, back to Pulver. Pulver now 35 seconds to play. The crowd getting restless. Pulver with it, launches a three. No good, but rebounded by Geller, and he's fouled by Luke Goody. Goody will pick up his third, and Geller will go to the line to shoot two for the Vikings. So time to put points on the board with no clock running for the Vikings. I want to thank the entire Huntington North staff for hosting us here this week at the sectional. They have done a masterful job of controlling everything here. They've been more than accommodating, not only to Summit City Sports, but to all the media outlets that have been here. I can't say enough about the staff here at Huntington North. Very professional. Geller will eye the second, and it'll go in. And now there'll be a press. They'll have to foul. Grant Raber with it. That's the guy you want to have it. He's got to get across the 10-second line. He does. And now they're going to have to foul him. Nobody will foul him. Pulver doesn't want to foul. He's got 4 fouls. They'll kick it to a wide-open Sam Buck. Back to Izakudo, and he's run over there by Doherty. That took about 13 to 14 seconds off the clock. And now the Homestead student section that has erupted. The foul was on number 33, Doherty. That's his second at the line, shooting 1-on-1, Onye Izakudo. Izakudo will launch it, and it's good. Well, that might be the one that breaks the Vikings back here, as it now balloons up to a 5-point lead. Izakudo will shoot the second. And good as well. Izakudo hits the shot. Timeout, Homestead on the court. And we'll see, it is a full timeout, so we'll take our final timeout. You're watching high school sectional championship basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
The comets falling from the sky, 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 comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine.
Huntington North inbounds with 15 seconds to go. Doherty inside to Geller. He'll turn, kick it to a wide open Pulver. Three on the way off the back of the rim. Rebounded there, missed. Sawyer Stoltz with the rebound and fouled by Grant Raber. So Stoltz is fouled after the miss by Geller, and 4.2 seconds to play, and Raber will pick up his third foul, and it'll be Sawyer Stoltz at the line shooting two for the Vikings. During the timeout, the student sections not getting into a little heated discussion about who has the best basketball team, and they included a little football in that as well. And Stoltz shoots and hits it. 5-point lead, 4.2 to play. Stoltz eyes, and it goes down. Timeout on the court by Huntington North. It's a full timeout. We'll stay right here. Stoltz hits that second one, so 4.2 seconds to play. A 4-point lead now for the Vikings. It's been a well-played game tonight. After one quarter, it was Homestead 12-11. At halftime, it was Huntington North 21-18. After three, it was Huntington North 33, Homestead 31, and now we stand at 40-36 with 4.2 seconds to play. The winner of this game will head down to Logansport next week and they will play in the regional against the Noblesville winner. Real quickly, I'll take a look here and see if I can find the East Noble score for you, or any score that we might have here real quick. Carroll leads Northside after 3, 34-33. Actually, now an updated score. Northside now leads Carroll with 5:08 to play, 43-39. Archibald to inbounds. He'll look, and now they'll call a holding foul on Zach Doherty. So no time went off the clock. That'll be Doherty's third. Third will go the other way. Izakudo will shoot 1-1. Izakudo with 11 points in the game.
Places only Izakudo on the line for the Spartans, shooting 1-1.
Izakudo will go to the line. The senior with a chance to ice the game. And he goes off the front of the rim, and timeout on the court quickly. A little bit of time might have ran off the clock. Yeah, I agree with maybe Huntington North's coaching staff. About 0.7 went off the clock there. So they'll have to throw a length of the court pass, get a shot, get fouled, and send it to overtime. No problem. His name's Hank Pulver. See if they go to him once again. Once again, the extra players on the Homestead bench in beast mode once again. Trevin Taylor leading the way again for the Spartans. Very excited about moving on to next week's Loganport regional. Chris Johnson up, giving his team instructions. A good set play here, it looks like, coming by Huntington North. And no inbounds to Stoffel. He'll come across the timeline, pull up, shoot the three. It's good if it goes. It does! But it was at the buzzer. Stoffel hits the shot. It goes, but Homestead gets the win by 40-39 over Huntington North. Wow, what a game we were treated to here. What a great sectional. What a great sectional. Most of the games, all but one, close one-possession games at the end. Can't be more impressed by this sectional here, and the knowledge and the coaching here tonight by all of these teams. These teams just put on a show in this sectional. And one team had to lose, unfortunately. It's Huntington North tonight. And the Homestead Spartans will be your sectional 6th champions here in 4A. They will go to next week's regional and play at Logansport. Why don't we take a timeout? I'll be able to get the scoring updated, individual scoring here. We'll try to stick around long enough to have a trophy presentation. So we'll take a quick timeout. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete.
They are awarding Homestead their trophy. So congratulations to Coach Chris Johnson, his team, your sectional 6 champions in 4A. They will advance next week to play down at Logansport against the Noblesville sectional champion. The final score here, 40-39. A good game, back and forth the entire way. The largest lead of the game, 5 points. Wow, I've been very impressed here, ladies and gentlemen, not only with the games, but with the staff here at Huntington North. They've done it right the entire way. They've been very professional. They've taken care of everyone, as now the team pictures will go on right at half court. So congratulations to the Homestead Spartans, as they are the champions of this sectional tonight. Let's take a look now at the scoring here in the game. First for the Huntington North Vikings. Coach Craig Teagle's team will end the season at 19-7. And they have some good young players on the team, and they'll be back next year. They have a lot of length, and they will be back next year hungry to win this sectional. Scoring for them, they got 11 points from Joe Stoffel, Hank Pulver with 6, Mitchell Geller with 7, Sawyer Stoltz with 6, Trey Williams with 3, and Zach Doherty with 6. The Huntington North Vikings shot 46.7% from the field in the first half and just 29.4% from the field in the second half. Their three-point percentage went down to 23.1%, and that was half of what they shot in the first half. For the Spartans of Homestead, your sectional champions, Chris Johnson's team will improve to 18-7 overall. They'll move on to the regional next week at Logansport. For the Spartans, here is their scoring tonight. Had a tough time with the Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game, and we'll announce it here shortly. They got 12 points from Sam Buck, 3 points from Luke Goody, 11 points from Onye Izakudo, and your back-to-back Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game with 13 points and 5 rebounds, Grant Raber. The senior stepped up and did a great job at the foul line tonight once again for the Homestead Spartans. The Spartans in the first half, they shot 50% from the field and 55% actually from three-point range. In the second half, they cooled off as well. They went down to 35% from in total field goals, and they also went down in their three-point percentage from 55 down to 30%. Free throws in the game. In the second half, they were 7 for 11 was Homestead, and that was good for 63% in the game. They shot 61%, 8 for 13, while the Huntington North Vikings, they shot 8 for 9, good for 90% from the foul line tonight. Pictures are being taken out on the court right now. We'll stay with a little bit of this as we get finished up here at Huntington North. So Chris Johnson's team off to the regional next week. They will take on the winner of Noblesville. The nets were starting to be cut down now, so with that, we will end our broadcast here tonight from Huntington North. It's your final, your sectional championship game. It's Homestead 40, Huntington North 39. For my cameraman, Patrick Reith, I am Ryan Dillinger, and you have been watching Sectional Championship Basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is a state-of-the-art facility that has become the home of sports in our region. Also the home of Parkview Sports Medicine with our new Ortho Express Clinic, AWP Sports, plus all kinds of club activity from basketball, volleyball, futsal, pickleball, and more. The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Check it out today.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits guard!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne hockey.
Plong with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ant in action. Get mad about blue.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at ONE, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to ParkviewSportsMedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.